we are live in the pre-show.
Yes.
Yes.
I love the pre-show.
Yeah. Did you see the pinned comment, chat? I should say in the chat, the pinned at the top.
The wheel of names is gone.
Oh, man, dude, I spent hours on this, and
I know.
it came up during my 200,000 subscriber giveaway live stream.
Can I say something real quick about that?
So frustrating. Yeah, go ahead.
You handled that so extremely well. I mean, I would have been so flustered trying to do a massive giveaway. I know, but like the way you handled it,
Thanks,
very
man.
professional.
Thanks.
You got through it, and literally YouTube broke it, so it wasn't your fault.
That's
but
what we
also,
found out. Yep.
one last thing on that. Congratulations, my friend. Over 200,000 subscribers.
Thank you. Quite a milestone.
It is. That's a lot.
Appreciate
That's
it.
double the minimum for the silver plaque. From
And
YouTube.
it happened a lot faster. The first 100 is the hardest, right? you
Yeah.
know, you have over 3. Just, you can tell me, is the third 100 harder or easier?
I think it does get easier.
Okay, all right. So anyways, yeah, the wheel of names, the trusted, loved, not rigged wheel of names.
Well, yeah,
has been retired. I haven't done a special video yet. I know Tiger Stacker's going to have a conniption when he finds out, but we have a different way to give away something tonight, and I'm going to take down this. I'm going to unpin this message at the top.
It's also unrigged.
Exactly. I'm gonna put a link in, and I'm gonna pin it to the top so we can refer to it later.
It's
for
the
giveaway.
not rigged comment picker.
It's a comment picker, but you can't actually put a comment in yet because you don't know the key word.
There's going to be a special way we do the giveaway tonight.
Yeah, so I will put it up top.
Can we reiterate that, because people have been watching us for how many years now? Is it 7, 8? I mean, 7 years.
We're on season 7, buddy. Yeah, 7 years. Yeah, I know.
Going on 8. Going on 8. But is this the first time we've ever done the giveaway like this?
Yes. Although I had to go to this during the kerfuffle when I had the 200,000 live stream. So it does work. It's good. It's completely not rigged, and it'll be on the screen. You'll be able to see it. And if you put a comment in with the right keyword, so you got to watch the whole live stream to figure out what that keyword is.
It won't even be here. You put the comment in, it'll be somewhere else.
Exactly.
So we're going to have to give them time to go do it and come back.
I'm going to give them time, probably before we open it up for Q&A. Is that giving enough time, do you think? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a video on SD Bullion. It's the latest video on SD Bullion's YouTube channel.
Such a good video, too.
It is. And that's where you're going to have to subscribe if you haven't to SD Bullion's YouTube channel, and stick this comment in there. And we're going to give away. What are we going to give away? Should we tell them?
I mean, they already know, right?
Did they know how? Did they think it's just one?
Whoa! You're already saying too much, bro.
Okay, sorry. Okay. Right.
At least one.
At least one. Right. So we're gonna have. Oh man, we have special guests on tonight. It's going to be really fun, and we have a few questions for Lauren Whitmore, the managing director of sales at the Royal Canadian Mint. Questions about the Royal Canadian Mint itself, an amazing mint,
and we are going to eventually get to the live Q&A where hopefully you guys can ask some great questions. And I don't know how many we'll get to tonight. I think we're going to try to do at least 5.
Yeah, I think we'll get more.
Hopefully more.
I think we'll get more. Yeah, and of course everybody's probably wanting to know what in the world's going on with silver and gold, but this is SilverPros, so I'm sure people are like, "Oh my word, it was 54 again, right?" Yeah, so we'll chat a little bit about that.
Buy the rumors, sell the news. That's what happened.
Right.
And literally, that's what happened.
It's pretty amazing, right?
But it's rebounded a bit now. So
okay, so we'll do that, and then we have to show. People already know what the Grand Maple is, but we want to get into some interesting questions about it. And
shall we?
I have it right in front of me here so that I can show it close up.
I think we're ready to rock and roll.
Are we ready to rock and roll? All right. So welcome to SilverPros. So glad you could be here. I am YankeeStacking, and I'm joined by my incredible friend, co-host, and professional silver stacker, I might add, Silver Dragons.
Oh, thank you so much, Yankee. Good to be here.
Good to be here. All right. we got to get going right away. We're going to bring
Yep.
in our two guests. Would you introduce them for us?
Yes, of course. We've had him on before many times. You know him, you love him. Chase Turner, CEO of SD Bullion. And for the first time, we're having on the managing director of sales for the Royal Canadian Mint, Lorne Whitmore. Welcome, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Great to be here.
Great to have you. Royal Canadian Mint. Lorne, I have long admired this premier mint. You have a rich history. You have an incredible amount of traits with your products. I mean, the quality with your coins and rounds, the purity, the variety. I think you have one of the best varieties around. You can get, if you're interested in getting a unique piece, you go to the Royal Canadian Mint. But also liquidity, security. There's a whole bunch of traits with your products that are just unrivaled. And I really do appreciate what you do up there in Canada, which is not that far away from me. I'm in New Hampshire, just up the way. So if you ever want me to come by, I'm sure I could just drive up over the border and visit you guys. So
You're always welcome.
oh, thank you. Let's talk about two of those traits, though. Quality. You released your Mint Shield technology 7 years ago, right?
That's right. Yes.
And it feels like yesterday. I mean, it's incredible how long it's been, but man, that technology made a huge difference in reducing the spotting on some of your silver products. So could you tell us a little bit more about that technology? How successful do you feel it's been internally?
Yeah, we're really pleased with the results of that technology. I know when we were developing it, we tried a number of different approaches. We engaged some universities and we did a number of tests. And what we did when we came up with the technology, we were able to simulate aging and make sure before we released it that we knew it would be effective. And as you said, it's been a number of years, and the proof is somewhat in the pudding, in the sense that we're really seeing that problem very much disappear. And it was a problem that afflicted all silver coins, and we decided to be the ones to attack that problem, and we're really pleased with the results.
If I could do a follow-up on that, has that proprietary technology changed at all over the last 7 years? And also, have you shared it with other mints or sold it at all?
No, it's remained unchanged. We were fortunate that we got the formula right the first time, and we've not had to make any changes. And while there has been some interest in other mints, it's something that we feel is proprietary and really important to our brand. So we've sort of kept it to ourselves to this point.
That disappoints me a little bit, Lauren. I really wanted you to be able to sell that around, get this problem solved around the world. But at the same time, I can see why you see that as a differentiator. So I don't blame you.
Right.
How about security? You at the Royal Canadian Mint have historically been on the forefront of security features like radial lines, micro engraving, the privy and all that. What's that been like? Could you explain some of those security features?
Yeah, what we try and do is to continue to evolve the technology. So whether it's Mint Shield, which we talked about, or security features, we continue to look at new ways to protect our bullion coin, and really by using things like micro engraving and certain laser marks and other techniques, we're trying to make sure it's really difficult to duplicate our coin. So when counterfeiters are looking to figure out which coins they want to replicate, we want to make sure ours is one of the more difficult ones to do that. So they choose another coin. So just to make sure that people who invest in our products have the comfort of knowing that it's protected against counterfeits. So it's something we continue to invest in through all of our products.
Yeah, I have to say, in regard to security, I'm a little bit jealous because, here in the States, some of the mints, might have been a little bit lacking, excuse me, in security over the years. And so, yeah, you guys definitely are at the forefront, and really, really great quality, everything all around up there. And Yankee, did you want to get into some of the price action questions?
Oh boy, do I! And I bet you people in the chat are wondering about this.
We want to know, right?
So I did watch your videos. Your I think it was about a month ago when it was filmed that SD Bullion put up on their site. And I think, Lauren, you're really reticent about predicting and giving your, prognostication of where you think the silver prices are going. So I understand that, and I get it, and I'm not going to put you under the microscope here, I promise. But it has been pretty amazing to see what gold and silver have done over this year, right?
Absolutely. And, while I'm not in the business of prediction, I'm certainly surprised by how sustained and how steep the rise has been. But, what the future holds, I guess neither of us know. But yeah, it certainly has impacted the industry a little bit with the prices rising. It's certainly rewarded the investors who have held metals, but it does also have other implications for our business in general.
Yeah, we're going to get into that, but up over 70% year to date
Yeah.
is
Wow.
amazing. Silver got back above 50 this week and even broke above 54 today before pulling back. You're a little surprised, but don't you think it's about time that gold and silver have, responded maybe to inflation and other geopolitical, issues? We've been waiting for this, Lauren. Are
Yeah.
you? Yeah.
Yeah, I guess one of the thing again, I merely observe rather than predict the price. But one comment I will make, just conversations that come up in the industry. It seemed like there were a number of geopolitical events for a long time that metals didn't seem to react that strongly to. So it was really interesting that what was the convergence of events that led to this, and it seemed that there were a lot of reasons for that people thought metals could rise for a long time and they didn't, and finally it's reacting to, I guess, a convergence of many factors. What those are and why they're taking effect today, I'm not qualified to opine on, but it's interesting to watch for sure.
Yeah, and I do have one question also regarding the price because running a mint it's a big task, and I am curious, how is the Royal Canadian Mint sort of preparing for the possibility, or in our opinion, the likelihood of triple digit silver, and how will that affect your business if silver goes that high?
Triple digit
Yeah.
silver.
It has a few impacts, in the one sense, we mint coins, and the process of minting isn't any different based on the price. However, and we experience this issue with gold and with silver, as the price rises, again, when people are thinking about investing into metal as part of their portfolio, they're allocating a certain number of dollars to their portfolio, not a certain number of ounces. So for a given number of dollars, there's maybe fewer ounces involved. So that has implications in terms of packaging sizes, making things more economical, or allowing people to buy products in, fewer ounces. So that might be introducing, in the silver case, maybe smaller bundles, smaller boxes, smaller tubes. In the cases of gold, we've seen, an increased interest in fractional ounces and smaller gram denominations in our bars and so on. So it certainly does have implications. And I guess the pricier the metal is, that has implications in terms of the carrying costs of manufacturing products with those metals as well.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Lauren, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the higher the prices go, like there's never enough physical inventory to meet real demand when it comes in our space. And I think as gold and silver go higher, I don't know how you guys handle your financing at the Royal Canadian Mint, but most private businesses here in the U.S., even though they have some agreement with the bank's not going to give them unlimited money to go out and work with, right? And the higher the ounce goes, or the dollar per ounce, the less amount of ounces they're going to be able to have on the shelf. And so it's I think it's just leading to this event where there's just going to be less and less physical available over time when people actually want it.
Yeah, I think there's sort of two things you touched upon. One is the amount of credit that gets extended to people. And again, every mint or participant in the market has different, credit ratings and different credit profiles. So we're fortunate that we're, well positioned in that regard. But I think the lease costs make a difference as well. So that's just another cost of doing business that affects pretty much any producer of minted product.
Mm-hmm. And Chase,
Don't let
would,
don't yeah
would
don't
I
let
was
him
just
off
gonna
the
ask,
hook. Go ahead.
well, I don't know. I mean, we basically asked Lauren, do you want to put out a prediction, Chase? I mean, any thoughts on silver price action this week?
Oh gosh. I tell you, every time I think I know something, the market just proves me wrong. So I'm pretty beat up over the last 3 or 4 weeks, I'd say, on my market predictions on when I want to try to make some personal purchases. It's so embarrassing how wrong I am. So not really. I mean, look, I think um, all the major institutions are calling for $60 silver, right, next year. And as James says, they usually are very conservative, undershoot that. So if silver goes to 75 or $80 next year, that's not going to really surprise me. Tyler was just in town, the owner of SD Bullion. We were certainly talking about $100 silver in 2026 and how we would handle it as a business. So it's something that we do think is very possible the next year or two that we'll see it.
Whoa. I still think we're going to see triple digits in the next few years. I'm almost convinced of it. It's going to happen. And the way it has been happening this year, maybe next year, you never know. But again, we tell people to stack like a pro. You need to buy the dips and to dollar cost average. Be patient. This is not a get rich quick thing here. We're stacking for the long term. And every buying opportunity you get is a great time to build your stack. That's, something we say all the time, right, Dragons?
Yeah, absolutely. And speaking of buying opportunity, when great new products come out, I've always got my eye on the things that are new, that are shiny, and one of them just hit the shelves, the Grand Maple. Can we kind of move into that and talk about how it's so grand?
Yes, and before we do that, I just have to say I'm pinning this to the top. We're going to do a giveaway, guys.
Yes.
And there is a link. We're not going to use the wheel. We talked about at the top of the live stream, but we are going to put comment into an SD Bullion video. You don't know what that comment is yet. We'll tell you in a little while, but that is the video where the comment's going to be put. So just let you know that.
Yeah.
And now
we promise we'll let you all have a chance
to
get in on the giveaway. We're not going to, we're going to make sure everyone knows exactly how to do it. We're going to lay it out for you crystal clear, so just bear with us. And we're going to do it before we open up the Q&A to everyone, right?
That is correct. We'll tell you exactly how to do that before the Q&A, but we got to talk about the Grand Maple. And here it is, guys, right here on my desk. Is that not absolutely gorgeous? Now, I put a 1 ounce next to it just so that people could see the difference, right? You have to have something to compare it to. That thing is gorgeous. Let me bring it close up. This is something that I don't know if you did it in the live stream, Chase, but I'm going to do it right here. Look at the detail on that 5 ounce coin. And Lauren, this is a coin, right? This is not a round.
No, it's a coin. It has a legal tender value. You'll see His Majesty King Charles on the one side of it, and it has a $25 denomination. So it is legal tender. It's truly a coin.
25. And while we're looking at the $25, I did have a question about that. Do you guys have to go through any special process to figure out a denomination? Did that number just come naturally based off the 1 ounce? What was the thought behind that?
Yeah, the face value or the denomination tends to scale with the weight of the coin, but each coin has to be approved, and not only the denomination, but the design. Every single coin that we issue, whether it's a year change or a denomination change or a design change, has to be approved by the federal government through the Office of the Finance Minister of Canada. So we have to make, provide descriptions of the coins, do our own internal approvals, and have ministerial approval done before we can release it to the market.
Chase, on your live stream, you call this, and I quote, the biggest silver bullion launch in the world. You stand by that?
I do. I really do. Yep. Yeah, I mean, look, I would say the more that SD Bullion gets exposure to the worldwide markets, you start to fully grasp like what the Royal Canadian Mint is doing all over the world, right? When you're just stacking and you're just a small bullion company, you don't have exposure to that. And so when you really understand their reach and you understand just really how popular the 1 ounce silver maple leaf has been and its dominance, and you get to take the market, the first ever 5 ounce silver maple leaf coin, I do think it is the biggest silver bullion launch in over a decade because of the significance of the 1 ounce. And I just don't think we've seen from a silver bullion perspective, from a stacking perspective, of something that is going to live on. 10 years from now, you're going to be able to look back and say you're able to get your hands on the first ever 5 ounce maple. I'm expecting it to have almost as much popularity as the 1 ounce maple in the world in the next decade. So yeah, I do stand by that, and you can challenge me if you want.
No, look at the radial lines on that. The security
That's
features,
insane.
man. Isn't that mate? That and the privy, right? I don't know if I can zoom in that tight.
Yeah, it's got the 2026 in that, right, Lauren?
Yeah, it's a laser mark that coincides with the year every time we do a coin. That's sort of the convention that we've used.
Very nice. Now, how long did it take to get something like this out? What's the process in a nutshell? I don't expect you to tell me every detail here, but what does it take?
Well, first of all, the decision to release a 5 ounce silver coin on whatever design is something we've been thinking about for many, many years. And it took us a long time to finally pull the trigger. So it's been many years in the making in terms of the broader perspective of this coin. But in terms of this actual coin itself, the process is pretty similar for most coins in the sense that you conceive of a new coin that you want to offer in the market. And we felt the market was the market timing was great to introduce a new coin into the market when we just conceived of this. In terms of this specific design, we've been talking to SD Bullion for quite a while, and we've talked among ourselves for a number of years, as I said. But by the time we kind of zoned in on the fact that we want to do a single maple design, what we do is we engage generally 3 different artists. We provide them with the broad concept. We engage different artists. We select the one that we think is the best, that fits the concept that we've laid out to the artist. It goes through a number of internal approvals, and then we make sure that the economics of each coin works for both us and our partners and for the marketplace. And then once we're happy with the design, we submit that to the minister's office, and that is subject to approval. It tends to be done not every single day, but periodically in bulk for a number of different coins. So there's always a period of time to wait for that. And so yeah, typically, from conception to final coin, it could take 12 to 18 months.
Wow.
Yeah, can I tell our side of the story now? Because it's amazing to hear Lauren talk about that, because we didn't really know that they were thinking about 5 ounce bullion. And at SD Bullion, when we launched the True Series in 2017, it was just a 1 ounce coin, and we introduced a 5 ounce coin, I don't know how many years ago now. And at SD Bullion, we just fell in love with the 5 ounce coins, the larger size when you get them in your hands. The silver, obviously gold would be a different story, especially at these prices. But for silver, we just fell in love with it, and they sold way better than, I wouldn't say we thought, because we thought they would sell well, and they did sell well. So it was just, the market was telling us that they really liked the 5 ounce. And then we introduced the Awakening series, and that really did really well. And so we had these other 5 ounces, and we felt like it was kind of SD Bullion's thing. And so we had pitched the Royal Canadian Mint in, I believe, April of 24 of a 5 ounce maple, having no idea that they were already considering that. And we actually tell that story in much more detail in our most recent video on the YouTube channel. So I'm not going to tell the whole story again. But yeah, it took probably almost a year just to get a full affirmative answer that yes, we would do a 5 ounce together, and yes, we would have the exclusive on it. And then from there, it went into the design, which was really hard, and the teams did a great job pulling it off. And I was actually quite reluctant to take the stem off of the maple leaf that we've all been buying for years. But it made sense. You have this grand canvas on a 5 ounce and this grand maple, and so they blew the maple up. And I remember telling Cole, I was like, a big leaf? Like, I don't know, man. I don't know. And then whenever we saw it in person together with Lauren and Tom a couple months ago, I was just like, wow, this is incredible. I just picked up mine today, and I'm waiting to pick up more. I mean, they're beautiful coins. I'm not able to see your screen, Yankee, but like the
Yeah,
detail on the leaf is just
it is.
amazing.
And that leaf, okay, is a unique leaf. It's the red maple. The one that's on the 1 ounce that we're very familiar with is the sugar maple. This is the red maple. Now, I have literally have a sugar maple right outside my window, but I am surrounded by red maples in my property. All right. So red maple is actually the most common maple in the United States. Was that a consideration? Was that a reason you've changed or put the red maple on there?
Yeah,
The amount of red maples?
a few things. Now, this is a collaboration between the two parties, but certainly the fact that it was the most common maple species. I believe there are. Well, I'm no botanist. I believe there are 10 species of maple leaf, and so we like the fact that it was very commonly observable. I think the fact that it's the most common, the fact that you think about our flag, the maple leaf in the flag is red, as are the borders of our flag. So it made sense from that perspective. And I just think the symmetry and the shape of that maple leaf was a really strong image. And yeah, so those things kind of converged to come up with the design we had.
And then, Lauren, I do want to follow up, and I know a lot of people have this question too, but we've all been buying the 1 ounce silver maple leaf for years. Yankee and I, we both stacked a whole monster
Mm.
box of
Thank
the
you.
1 ounce. Yeah, oh, we love they're so great. But this is the first time we've seen the 5 ounce. How is the product both similar and also unique to the 1 ounce?
Yeah, in terms of how it's similar, so you've obviously talked about some of the security features, so there's definitely similarity in that sense. The use of the maple, I think what's common, it's a maple leaf and it's slightly different maple leaf, which we've just covered. But the idea is it's a single, simple, iconic image. And, design is a matter of personal taste.
Mm-hmm.
My own personal taste is something simple, distinct, clear, uncluttered, and I think it ticked all of those boxes, as does the our 1 ounce maple leaf coin as well. In terms of some other differences, the packaging. So we have encapsulated the 5 ounce coin as well to protect it additionally.
Mm-hmm.
It's also available in a smaller total ounce monster box. So it's 180 ounces. So it's in terms of buying a sealed box, you're able to buy it in smaller bundles. So that might be attractive to certain folks. And it's funny, going back to what Chase said, I had actually never held a 5 ounce silver bullion coin in my hand before. And it's quite impressive to hold. And just the weight of it, it feels very substantial. So absolutely very pleased. And again, just providing just a different platform to invest in silver. We thought the market needed something fresh and new at the time we conceived of this, and really pleased with the outcome.
Yeah, now that the America the Beautiful series is over, it's nice to see this. 5 ounces is just incredible to hold, I'll tell you.
It occurred to us there was that void in the market as well, and that's what sort of accelerated some of our thinking a few years ago. And then, as we've described, we had some discussion subsequent to that, and here we are.
One other thing that I think is the same too, it's both 4.9s, 1 ounce and this 5 ounce, 4.9s fine silver, right?
Yeah, all of our silver products, whether our silver coin products, whether they're bullion or numismatic or collectible coins, always 4.9s. Similarly, on the gold side, 4.9s or 5.9s.
One thing you said about buying a monster box. So there's only 180 ounces if you buy the 5 ounce in a quote monster box, right? But so it's going to be sealed from the mint. Is that right?
That's right.
Okay, so Chase, we were kind of talking about this before. This is kind of a unique opportunity to get a sealed monster box at a less expensive price point than if you buy the 1 ounce, right?
Yeah, I mean it's almost a third dollar per dollar. So that was exciting for me personally because I can't afford a sealed monster box of 1 ounce maples, but I really have it on my bucket list to buy a sealed box of the 5 ounce before they all sell out over the next several months, just because I know, like, being in the business long enough, getting your hands on a sealed box at the first ever issue of a release like this not opening it for a very long time is going to pay dividends in the future. Like I know that for a fact because I've seen it with other series. So that's my objective, and it's nice that it's within striking range. It's only 180 ounces instead of 500. And just to reiterate, every coin does come in a protective plastic, airtight. So that's also pretty cool. Not many coins, not many bullion coins, I should say, have that come with it for free. So that's nice.
And I hate taking the capsule off, but I had to do it for this, right? If I'm going to
Yeah.
show it, I can't get I don't want the reflection. So,
Yeah.
but after this is over, it gets sealed back up again because I think it's a great way to protect your silver. All right.
Well,
any other questions that you have, Dragons, about this beautiful
or
grand
Chase?
maple?
Yeah. No. Anything else you wanted to bring up, Chase, before we invite in all of our awesome community here?
No, I would just say to the community, you're about to go into a Q&A with a guy that it took me like 3 years to get a face-to-face with and get to ask him questions. So I think this is a very special occasion for SilverPros to have a mint like the Royal Canadian Mint on here. The access that you're getting to the Royal Canadian Mint right now should be very privileged in the stacking community because it doesn't happen. Like I said, it took us forever just for us to get a meeting with Lauren and get to talk to him. And it's been so nice to have access to these guys because you learn so much. They have such a much broader picture of what's going on in the industry. And so get your questions ready. And I think I'm super excited. I was super excited coming into this just because it was the first time the Royal Canadian Mints come on YouTube like this. So everybody should be excited and the Q&A should be really good.
All right. So where should people go to get that coin, Chase?
Yeah.
The only place to get it, right?
Yep. Well, the only place to get it in the U.S. is sdbullion.com. Assuming there's going to be people around the world that are watching this, we have international partners that will be getting access to them soon enough. So you'll be able to find them locally wherever you are in the world. But yeah, sdbullion.com. It's our first banner. It's all over the website. You can't miss it this week. It's been our main focus promotion. So I will say we already sold out. We were talking about, or Lauren was talking about going through 3 different artists. The artist they selected was an amazing person. We reached out to her and got to meet her over the internet. Nice. And she signed 100 labels for us and numbered them. And it was a really incredible experience. And those already sold out. So unfortunately, those are gone. But we still have trial strikes that are slabbed. I think we still have a couple hundred of those left. And so you can go to the website and learn about that. Again, it's a unique opportunity for a first ever of a release this size. It's something that I think it's going to pay its way out, in the next decade or so.
I'm so glad I have one right here. I'll tell you.
I know. I'm so happy cool. I got mine.
All right. So let's do a couple things here. Let's explain the giveaway process one more time.
Yes.
And also, I want to mention that the Q&A is open. Switch to it at the top of your chat to Q&A. You can start asking questions in there, and we'll answer as many as we can. So. So here's the deal. This is how we're going to be doing the giveaway. The link.
Listen up. Very important.
Very important you listen here. So at the very top, you'll see a link. Mods, you can also stick that into the chat as well. That goes to a YouTube video. This one, I'll switch over it right here, this bottom left-hand corner here. The story behind the first ever RCM 5-ounce silver maple coin. There it is. Now, you need to put a comment. There's only 84 comments in here. And you had a lot of views, Chase, on your last one. But this one seemed to not get the love like this other one, the first one. So we're going to show some love here on this video. You need to go to this video, the link again at the top of the chat. And in the comment section, you need to put this word. I'm even going to put it in the chat. RCM. That's the comment you need to put in on this video, all right? And while you're at it, make sure to like the video and subscribe. Take this moment to subscribe to the SD Bullion channel,
Show
right?
a little bit of love.
Yeah, there's some great videos that they bring up. Wonderful live streams. You don't want to miss it. Subscribe and leave that comment. RCM. All right, so we're going to be giving away one of these, right?
At least.
Oh, I know.
We've been putting the link in. I just put it in
Good.
in the live
There's
chat
the
there.
link.
I put it in like 5 or 6 times.
Awesome.
So again, click on that video, leave a comment. It's gonna be public comment, RCM in that video. That's how you enter the giveaway. If you put it in this chat, you will not be entered.
Very
You
good
literally
point.
have to go to that video. So do it now, come back, and we'll do the Q&A.
All right, so Blind Luck just asked Q&A, what is the key word? Well, you know now, Blind Luck. And we'll say it again a little bit later. Let's see. Is a shortage going on? Metally Corrupted wants to know. Is there a shortage going on? And if so, Chase, where is the shortage really happening?
Well, I was on with Lauren yesterday. I think he covered it pretty good. He has a lot more access into this. This shortage really started in London, right, from stuff that happened back in January. But and Lauren covered it yesterday. A lot of metal had to be shipped to India to cover India. But where do we stand today, Lauren, on maybe London's availability for silver, and is it getting better?
Yeah, and I think the conversation was more in the context of how it affects lease rates, because London is the lending market. So the amount of lendable metal in London is a big determinant of where the lease rates will be. And so there was a lot of metal that was left in the US for a variety of reasons. And so eventually, because there was a dearth of silver in London, that tended to elevate lease rates. So a lot of the silver, again, to offset that, found its way to London, and then a lot of it left from London to go to, among other places, to India to feed a strong ETF demand. So while there's silver, where it is kind of matters. In the physical business, the location matters, not just the overall quantity in the marketplace. So, and we're still seeing that still in a state of flux. So there still needs to be a little more metal in London for the lease rates to come down. But at the Mint, we have, strong supply chains and sources of metal and all of that. So really the major impact on us is certainly on the lease side. But yeah, it's been a very volatile period in terms of dislocation of metal around the world.
Yeah, I see. I saw a super chat come in, bro. Tiger Stacker super chat at $5. What? Yankee saying triple digits? That's a change. No, it's not, Tiger. I've been saying for a while now that we're only a quarter of the way to an all-time adjusted high.
Wait a minute,
silver.
Yankee. Rewind the tape. If we go back to the last episode of SilverPros.
Oh boy, here we go.
Episode 11 this year.
Yeah,
we were asked, will silver hit $50? And you said no.
No.
So
okay, fine.
Rewind the tape, Yankee.
But I do believe, and you can vouch for this too. I told you that by the end of this decade, we were going to see at least triple digits. I think we need to get to $200 an ounce in order to get to a true inflation-adjusted all-time record high. Even that's using the CP lie, but you know what I'm saying.
It's going to get higher than that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, much higher. It's just timing. We don't know. We can either guess the amount or the time, but not both. All right. So here's another question. When will there be a 5-ounce Tim Yankee round? We're not talking about the Tim Yankee round. No. How many 5-ounce maples were minted? Dan wants to know.
Yeah.
Well, when we launch a new coin, we always have a production plan. So our production plan is to produce 100,000 in the first go. We're going to deliver that not all in one shipment, but over our planned production period. And after that, we'll see how it goes and where demand lies, and if it's time to maybe consider another coin.
Silver Serpents asks, how much of the recent jump in silver spot price can be attributed to the U.S. critical mineral designation?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was new. Anything on that, Chase? What do you think? Does that impact it?
Yeah, I think it matters. I mean, it certainly matters, right, for the psychology of it. And I think it matters long term. But I'm sure, James, that was his main thesis in the video this week, right? So I would say last Friday. So go watch James's video last Friday, and you'll get a very detailed answer of that.
He's good. James knows his stuff. Barbara Wall, any plans for platinum from Canada?
Whoa.
Ooh.
Well, the simple answer in the short run is no. There's nothing being produced at the moment, but we are anxiously awaiting for the right conditions to be there to produce platinum. One of the issues, without getting technical, is in order to produce platinum coins, you have to lease platinum, and it's very expensive to do so because there's not a lot of platinum being lent. And in order to produce platinum bullion coins economically, we'd have to have premiums that might make it not a very good investment for investors. So, but we absolutely are committed on a long-term basis to continuing our platinum coin lines, and it's just a matter of when.
Well, if I could jump in, Lauren, you mentioned leasing, and there's been a lot of talk about lease rates. I know people are curious about it. They went very high. I'm not exactly sure how high, but they went down. But are they going back up again, or where are they at now?
They're very sticky at double digits, and not starting with a one. So
Wow.
so the lease rates have been very stubbornly elevated, and it's been for many months. And if you look at the kind of the curve of on the term structure of the current leases, it's nothing suggesting it's going to drop off. So at some point things will change. They always do, but in the meantime, we have not seen any relief that's material to our decision making.
Mr. E, how many were minted, and did you make similar coins in the past that were 5 ounce?
It's our very first 5-ounce bullion coin, so that's what makes it a little bit exciting. We've done 5-ounce collectible coins with very limited mintages on the silver side. But never a bullion coin.
Wow. I guess maybe a follow-up to that. What would be the difference then between a bullion coin and a collectible coin? Is it the mintage, or is there more?
There's more. It's the quality of the finish. It could have other design elements. It's very limited in terms of their mintage. The packaging's different. Typically, the themes can be a little more elaborate, or they could be as simple as a maple leaf. Sometimes they'll use special minting techniques like infused strikes, color, embellishment with gemstones potentially. Like, there's all kinds of things we can do. Whereas the bullion is a classic rendering of a silver coin, generally plain struck.
So I'm getting a lot of questions. Sergeant Bob put one out, D-Wiz, a few others that are really wanting to know the future. What's coming next? How many other maple trees are you going to do? Is 2027, 28, all these things. I wonder, this takes a lot of time and effort. It's not a thing, well, let's just put another, maple leaf on there, right? So that's a tough thing to answer, isn't it? What's the future of the 5-ounce maple?
It is a little tough, and obviously when we release something new, we want it to be fresh news. And again, I think it's a little bit of wait and see. We also want to make sure anytime we release a new coin, two things: people that bought the first coin are happy, and people are interested in the second coin. So we want to make sure that the conditions are right, so that we're successful, our distribution partners are successful, and the investor is successful.
Brian Kerr said, "Where in Canada can I buy this coin?" And I somebody else said, "Hey, I'm a border state. Could I cross over and buy it up there and then bring it back and avoid taxes?" Be careful there. But yeah, when would it be available, do you think, outside of the United States or off of in Canada?
Yeah, I would say we ship to Canada. I'm not aware of how taxes work across borders, but we do ship to Canada. We have a lot of Canadian customers. I would say in the next 30 days, you should see it locally in Canada.
Wow. Ooh, that's good news for them.
Real quick, Yankee, logistically, if you wanted, in the Google Doc, you could share over there too. But also, I wanted to say we got like 20 minutes left. We have gone through, what is this? Almost 10 questions, way more than we thought. This is incredible that we're getting this many questions in. I love it. And I want to remind everyone, we do have a massive giveaway at the end of this live stream. It's probably one of the biggest we've done all year, right, Yankee?
This is huge.
Yeah.
Chase, are we twisting your arm here, saying one's not enough?
You're always twisting my arm.
Come on, this is huge. Not just a huge coin, but a
And
huge announcement. Man, this
our
is great.
CFO is loving all these write-offs as silver goes higher. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
I have a question. I'm going to stick it in here for you to ask. Oops, I think if I can. It's so hard sometimes to get this.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't copy and paste in
The
there.
dark mode, maybe.
Uh,
That's all right. That's all right. You ask it.
I have to ask all the questions. Here we go. Oh, there it is. Can you see it now?
Oh yeah. Okay. Now that silver's over $50 an ounce, will the Royal Canadian Mint ever make a 5-ounce silver bar? Oh, interesting.
Bars.
I don't know that we have that in the plans, to be honest. But certainly, back to the earlier comment about how do you react to increased prices, you do have to look at smaller denominations. So it's certainly not outside the realm of possibilities. But we've got right now we've got a 10 ounces, as in our repertoire, and I think we have to ask ourselves the question about, are there smaller sizes that could make sense down the line? And I'm sure at some point that will be the case. Now, whether it's 5 ounces or some other, we don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Put another one in there for you.
Oh man, that's a long one.
It is. Steve Gilbert actually emailed me about this question when he saw this live stream. He's like, I gotta ask this question, so I'm glad he put it in here.
Go ahead and read it, Yankee. It's a lengthy question.
Yeah, it is. So, SD Bullion, when we watched that live, interview, he believes it was the first time that you saw the coin. I think this was for Lauren. Was that the first time you ever saw it?
It actually was. I saw some early renderings, but I hadn't seen the actual coin. And the first time I saw it and held it in my hand, it was actually at the SD Bullion facilities. So it was a nice moment.
So his follow-up question was, where have those 5-ounce coins been minted?
They have a. Sorry, let me jump in just a bit because it was my first time too to see it as well. They have a huge facility. They have a bunch of facilities. Sorry.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm the last guy you want in the production floor.
So you do make them in your own production, right? This is not outsourced. This is the Royal Canadian Mint that's minting these coins.
They make them in Canada, right?
Right. Ron wants to know if any maples were harmed in the making of this coin. No. So, Tiger, my observation is the silver mines are not progressing because of the backup in the refineries. Easier to get pure silver and not so with silver ore or silver alloys. Do you agree?
That's tricky.
That is
I'm not sure I understand the question.
Okay. He believes it's the backup in the refineries. The refiners are what's really causing the logjam. I'm not.
Oh.
Yeah. Rather than they don't want any alloys. And I see this at a lot of refineries are saying very, very picky about what they want. They don't want sterling. They don't want any 90%. They just want 3 or 4 nines, fine, pure silver. I don't know if that's truly what's holding it up. And I don't think that's what's affecting necessarily the silver mines, but I think it's the lease rates. And I don't want to get too wonky here because some people might start to fall asleep, but the lease. Could you just answer me one question on that, Lauren, that bugged me from the live? Why do you lease the silver and gold instead of just buy it outright? Explain that whole thing.
Again, without getting it too into the details, essentially the legislation that governs the Royal Canadian Mint does not allow us to take an ownership position in gold or silver and to speculate in it. So we're not permitted to own it. So that's why we would lease metal, and I think that's common. It's fairly common in our industry.
Yep.
One thing that I've seen so much, Chase, I'm just gonna ask you because I've seen it in the chat like 30 times. People are talking about a shortage of nitric acid. Have you heard anything about that, Chase? Does that mean anything to you?
Nope.
Nothing.
Okay.
Yeah.
I put another one in there for you.
Oh, okay, great. Yeah. So what is the ratio of gold to silver that the Royal Canadian Mint produces? And they also comment gold is apparently easier to find in Canada. I don't know if that's true, but do you know about what ratio you guys produce for bullion coins?
It obviously depends on supply and demand, and those ratios can change over time. But like if we look at maybe sort of the high water mark in maybe the COVID period, I would say in terms of ounces of bullion coins, just keeping that universe tight, probably about 20 to 1 silver to gold. Again,
Whoa.
Whoa.
sometimes the ratio is much different than that, depending on silver and gold don't always have the same demand structures, as you well know. So the ratio is not that stable. But I'm just using numbers I'm familiar with during that high period. But it can certainly vary. I'm just looking. Maybe this year it's it's probably not as high.
Mm.
Silver was down for a good part of the year, whereas gold's been a lot more stable. So it does fluctuate for sure.
You know, one follow-up on that, and I should probably know this, but do you guys publicly post your minting numbers for example, for like the 1 ounce maple leaf? Is that available to people?
Yeah, if you look at our annual report, we do at a high level show our volumes of our major categories of our bullion, so that you'll see that in our annual report, which is typically released in sometime in Q2.
Okay. All right. Yankee.
Dax Ryan asked, how is the 5-ounce trial strike different from the others? Or is it?
It is. This was I actually had to ask Cole. Lauren, do you want to handle
Well,
that,
I
or do you
mean,
have to back channel look it up?
as the name suggests, before we go live with a full production run of our coins, we like to strike a number of them, trial ones, to make sure that we're happy with the quality. We'd send some to SD Bullion as well to make sure. So we'll do a smaller batch up front at the front end of our production run. But the process by which we strike them is exactly the same. They're just very early strikes, so that we make sure before we start striking thousands and thousands, we're happy with the results.
I did see another question in here. Thanks for sharing these two, Yankee.
Yeah. Sure.
They're asking about other sizes. So I just want to take a step back. This 5-ounce is insane. I'm so happy that we actually have it. I'm looking at it. It literally looks like to my eyes, the detail is so incredible compared to the 1 ounce. But they're asking about other sizes. Right now, is there anything in the works like a 1/2 ounce? Or, I've seen a lot of people say 10 ounce. I'm in love with the 5-ounce that we're seeing right now. But is there any talks of stuff like that?
In terms of future products, we're certainly evaluating all of that, but we're going to let this thing rest for a little while and enjoy the spotlight. But we always continually evaluate new products and new sizes, and we'll produce if we think there's demand or a need in the market.
Yankee.
Let's see. RCM from P. Donnelly. If silver triples, wow, that's great for small stackers, but the big boys will also triple their millions in holdings. Won't that drive up inflation in relative terms? Won't that drive up if the big boys triple their millions in holdings?
Interesting. Are they talking about premiums, or what are they referring to there?
I don't know why inflation there.
Yeah.
But
or are they saying
that's the
inflation
word.
would be the reason that it would triple?
In relative terms. I'm not sure I get that.
Maybe they're saying the cost of everything would go up along with silver.
Yeah, maybe. Although you said the word premium. Do you mind, Chase, if I say, what have we seen in premiums with this craziness? Yeah. And what should we maybe expect?
It's hard for me to answer because the secondary market is not as vibrant as it was over the summer, which is but we talked about this, like, hey, it's going to dry up, but you still see good deals out there. But I mean, Lauren would have to answer from his side of the business. I don't think production, because of lease rates and all this, new production is not really where it needs to be, and so you still have this supply crunch, which I think is going to keep premiums high for the foreseeable future here.
Man.
Yeah, just to touch on that, like some of the, again, not to obsess too much with lease rates, but again, if the lease costs that producers, have to absorb, increase, then that would just increase the factors of production. But if you're, still in this world of tripling the price of silver, if you think about premiums going up a little bit as a percent of your investment, the higher silver price, would tend to have that percent go down. So I think there's a little bit of room that still makes sense for the investor for premiums to go up if we lived in that world, and we're not, near to that at this point. But the economics simply suggests that all other things being equal, there would be upward pressure on premiums. It's just from a manufacturing point of view. In terms of the retail premiums, retail premiums is I guess, Chase, that's your game.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing that, as we've learned this year with metals going up like they have, it's become a lot harder business to operate. And yeah, I do think you're going to see premiums have to continue to go up to afford to operate a business in a space to where, if gold's at 5,000 by the end of next year and somebody buys 2 ounces of gold and it's a lost package for whatever reason, which happens, I mean, your insurance rates, your insurance don't love this. So all these rates are going to continue to go up. The cost of doing business is going to continue to go up with the rising price. So that means premiums have to go up to stay in business.
What there's one thing I've learned.
Go ahead, Lauren. Yeah.
I was just going to say, if there's one thing I've learned in this business, is that things can change in a hurry. So we're feeling sort of that we have recency bias in terms of what we're feeling, but it's really difficult to predict with any certainty where things are going to head.
It's very true.
Well, a couple things. Oh, sorry, I cut you off now. Go ahead.
No,
sorry,
no,
buddy.
It's okay. I want to make sure people get in on the giveaway. Can we do one more?
Yes.
Because we're going to be doing it.
I'm going to tell people right now.
Minutes,
I was
please,
going to tell Chase. You now have 533 comments on that video, man, and a lot with the key special word. And should I say it one more time for somebody?
Yeah, please.
All right, the special word that you got to put in a comment at the link above at the top of the chat is RCM. RCM. I'm going to put it right into the chat. Put a comment with that word.
In that
RCM.
video.
Royal Canadian Mint in honor of Lauren joining us today.
And
go to that video, put the comment on that video right there, the link.
I just want to make sure we're explicit. If you comment in this video, it will not enter you into the giveaway. We are doing something new. The wheel is dead or broken anyway.
Man.
Sorry.
Don't put RCM in the chat. That doesn't help.
It will not enter you into the giveaway. You have to go to the video. I keep sharing the link. It has to be in that video.
Awesome.
Okay. All right. I think we got it.
We've beaten that up. All right. So I'm going to stop the Q&A.
Questions?
I think that was it. I'll look really quick. See if
wait.
we missed.
People were asking if silver's going to go back down to 30. You want to take that one, Chase? Are we going to see a dip?
Okay, I'm going to stop that.
I hope not, because that will make me feel really bad.
Oh man.
But it would be really nice though. We'd be very busy, which would be great. It's gonna be funny. I was thinking, I had no idea you guys were gonna do this with the video, and so my YouTube guy is gonna come in tomorrow and think that somebody spammed that video. I know I'm gonna get messages in the morning.
Oh no!
Somebody hacked our YouTube account. Something.
No, they're gonna love it. They'll be like, well, look at all the comments.
Why does it all say the same thing?
Why does it say RCM? Yeah. All right,
don't blame us.
Yeah, don't blame you. Right. So how many are we gonna give away of these beautiful 5-ounce Canadian maples? Look at
that. I think in honor of Lauren, we got to do more than one.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
We got to do two, right?
We have two guests. So
we got two guests. One per guest.
Nice. So we're going to do two. All right.
I love it.
We're going to do it right now, I think, too. So let me switch over here. That's
10 ounces of silver, dude.
I know. That's a lot. That's very generous, Chase. Wow.
Very cool.
All right, so I'm going to put in the link. I'm going to filter comments, filter out all the duplicates. No duplicates. And here it is, RCM.
All right, it's going to pull up all the names from that video.
Right, let's see how many we got here. 100.
Wait, how many winners?
300,
oh, you're just going to do one at a time?
500. So, yeah, I think, right? Or should I say two?
We'll pick them both right away?
I think it'll do too. We're going to find out, but there are 428 unique comments with RCM in it. You ready?
Let's go.
Two
Let's
winners
do it.
here.
Good luck, everyone.
I don't know how long
I hope
this
it doesn't
goes.
pick my name.
Did you put
Do
RCM
not-
in there?
I don't think.
How long did I make this go?
It just goes for like 20 minutes.
Get out of here.
It's the unrigged
Wait a
random
minute.
comment picker.
It's got a, there it is. Oh my goodness.
Wow.
All right.
Oh
so
my gosh, it's Rockzilla.
Rockzilla won. RCM finally made
And
a 5
Brush
ounce
your
sweet.
teeth.
Rock Silver, and thank you, brush teeth with, I don't know what that is.
Cheddar
but
cheese.
Cheddar cheese. Nicely done there,
I
Dragons.
love that name.
Oh my gosh.
That's a good name there. All right, so we got it. Rockzilla won, and brush your teeth with cheddar cheese. You both won a 5 ounce beautiful silver maple, and the way you claim your prize, that right there, is by emailing me at YankeeStacking@gmail.com. Mail me your mailing address, and we'll get that out to you.
And your phone number, right?
Thank
if
you.
SD Bullion has
Yeah.
any questions.
SD Bullion's going to send it directly, so we do need the your telephone number just in case they need to get in contact with you. So, wow. That's it. Any final words, guys, for this beautiful 5 ouncer? Man, I'm so glad I have it.
Just wanted to thank you for the invitation to join you, and yeah, I hope your listeners enjoyed.
Chase?
Yeah. Just again, just want to thank Lauren for coming on, and it's super exciting to have the Royal Canadian Mint on a show like this. So I think we'll have to do it again in the future if everybody wants to.
Yeah, let's do it.
We definitely got to do this in the future. This was so much fun, Yankee.
A lot of fun. And thank you guys, all of you watching, for joining us tonight. All 600 of you. That was really fun. And as always, we hope your day is A-OK, and keep stacking, right? Don't
Stack
stop.
like a pro.
Stack like a pro. Thanks a lot, everyone.